This is the Andre Segovia Show.
Welcome everyone to Tech Talk. This is Andres. This is the Andre Segovia Show. Thank you for joining me on this one. I must admit, I am not in a good mood. I'm salty, sour, whatever you want to pick. I am not in the mood to tolerate anything right now. So I'm using this as a way to distract myself from things that are upsetting me. And also because it's been a while since I last done a Tech Talk and I felt I owed it to y'all. I'm just not going to do it the same way I'm supposed to do it. I'm actually going to break away from the tradition. Normally I would cover a comment, some of the news, and then get to the nitty gritty of these episodes. But I'm not going to save the comment stuff for a different episode because I'm going to make one just to address the comments. And also a bit of a treat it as kind of a Q&A or AMA because it's been 2 years since I last done one, and I have a much newer audience now and a bunch of other platforms, so I feel it's overdue to do. So I will do that separately, maybe after this session that I'm doing, because there's a reason this is not going to be live. It's not live because I'm in a sour mood, and I'm trying to stick to tech as much as I can, but I feel this might go off the rails. So let's see what happens. And welcome back, Stephen. Okay, so normally I go over the news, but I want to get something out of the way first. And because I might come out strong on some things, look, I've already vented on some of my socials about what's been grinding my gears today. So if you're interested in seeing what those might be, check out my other social media stuff. On Instagram, I sometimes cover. That's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that I do, and that's my most active audience as well. So that's what Instagram is, the main one that I do, but not the only place where I am. I share my thoughts more freely on other platforms, alternative platforms, they say. So you can find out what all those things are and where else you can watch my show. Everything is linked here at www.theandresegovia.com. So as you'll also notice, I reviewed Tenet 1 year later. Check that out. This is an unpopular opinion, but hey, to each their own. To each their own. Okay. Once again, I'm covering this thing. Man, this is a way for me to basically, I guess, relieve some stress here. Okay, because this is just I feel like it's the bane of my existence. All right, so stick with me. I covered this thing ad nauseum. All right, and that's it. And I have to cover it again because this is not the phone that was shipping. Look at it, folks. It's not the phone that was shipping. Not the phone that was being advertised. Not the one that was being hawked by those conservative influencers, some of whom I respect. But I was losing a little bit of the respect. Like, you guys are holding a product with no reputation to it and are hawking in the face because this thing was being sold as the best phone ever made. Look, I don't want to get into all that stuff. I already covered all the, what this could have been, and I got down to the details to prove that everything everybody thought, even the XDA developers, it was not that phone. It was not a new Mi DG A9 Pro. It was something more subpar than that. And then it was confirmed by the specs. Recently on the Gateway Pundit this week as I record, the promotional post was once again posted about this phone again. And they used the outdated specs that are not the ones that are shown here, talking about the HD display. It's not an HD display, or at least not full HD display. It's a 720p display. Talking about the quad camera setup. There's only 3. What happens to the 32 megapixel camera? What happens to the 48 megapixel camera? None of those. This is a very subpar, cheap phone. But that's not to say that it can't be good, because Android at its base can run very well even on very old hardware. It's just, what the heck was Freedom OS? Folks, that is out the window, because if you did a Google search at the time, Freedom OS would bring up a picture of the communist fist. Now, there's not even a Freedom tag on this. Look, freedomphone.com is gone too. The URL says freedom-phone.myshopify.com. They're not even paying for that. The Patriot app store is gone, an uncancelable app store, but where's the Patriot app store? Preloaded apps, yeah, I know that. But now it's ClearOS, not Freedom OS. What? We developed the first mass marketable mobile phone operating system based on freedom, security, and privacy. No, you didn't. Oh my goodness, this is so frustrating. Oh. Okay, keep it together. Trust with ClearGM. See, all they did was replace pictures here with this device. This looks nothing like the YouMaker DG A9 Pro. This looks nothing like the one that was being offered to ship out. And the specs say otherwise. This thing is nothing. Look, Freedom Phone, as it was being offered by Eric Finman, the CEO that has absolutely no way to manage things, not even a freaking website. All they did was replace the pictures as if the previous one were placeholders. And Freedom Phone, what the heck is this now? It basically is like a storefront for Clear Cellular. Clear Cellular, on the other hand, has been around for several years. In fact, they might be as old as maybe 12 years old. But actively with phones, from what I've been able to investigate, probably around 5 years, give or take. But that's just based on very few things I've been able to find. However, these guys seem to have more pedigree. They seem to have done it right. So when Freedom Phone is claiming to develop an OS, their OS is out the window. Now they're shipping with Clear OS Mobile based on Android 10. We're entering Android 12, by the way. So what happened to the first batch, Eric? What were the first batches that were being sent out? You announced on August 8th that the Freedom Phone strategic partnership with Clear Cellular. And before and the same day, you're like, we started shipping. So what are you shipping? What was the thing that you were unboxing for the Gateway Pundit and others, and for Tim Pool? What was that device? What are you sending? Oh no, new orders will be fulfilled on a first come first served basis starting November 2021. So did you not ship out the product that everybody was told to buy by the conservative influencers and conservative news sites? You're holding it back because they're going to send them this. That's not what they ordered, is it? Well, look, that's not to say that it's probably not worth $500 or whatever now, because if they ship this one, these guys aren't cheap, and they're not. It's not the only phone that they have. They have several phones, and I think this one costs like $1,000 or something. Hold on, let me check. Let me see. The brilliant Clear phone. Blah blah blah. Oh yeah, so there you go. Their base one costs $500. That's supposedly the one that's being shipped out by Eric. Then this one $900. Then $1,200, and they also have earbuds and whatever. So it's not like they have the one of those old things. These guys apparently have been around for some time. I'm not gonna lash out at these guys the same way I did with Freedom Phone, because they seem to have a little more pedigree. And here is where it becomes more interesting, okay? Because look, this one that's 620. Where's the one that was being offered? Oh my goodness, come on. Okay, so if this is the one that's being offered, let's find out. This is the phone that makes sense, which is why I wondered what specs are these that you're hawking, because these are not the same ones that you were talking about on the freaking phone here on your website that the URL is officially gone. It's a redirect now. So what is this stuff? Apparently, it's this phone. Not the one that the influencers had, not the ones that were being sold and people bought. Supposedly so much money, like so many sales that were made, and now, oh look, we're overwhelmed by orders. We gotta ship them in waves. It's this one, shipping with this OS. That makes more sense. But here's where it gets even more interesting, because this is the one shipping with those devices. They're not asking you necessarily to buy that phone. If you don't want that phone, like, I don't want that Chinese knockoff phone. You don't want it? Clear OS Mobile will eventually run on many cell phone hardware manufacturers, including but not limited to the following, which they're already telling you they want to bring it to your device. That's what you want to see. This is called transparency. I'm not defending Freedom Phone here. I'm defending Clear Cellular. This, if it was known from the get-go and there's something here to indicate that it was, this is what Eric should have done. But instead, even the stopgap raises too many questions. What the heck are you shipping to people? It's still a scam by every like, the definition of a scam is what Eric has been doing. If you knew this was going to be the product you were shipping out, why were you advertising the other one ahead of time? Why were you pushing that product like it was a desperation move to get one foot through the door instead of getting ready to do this partnership? I had a feeling that you probably knew about this partnership a long time ago. Look, there's no more Freedom Phone sticker on this thing. I call it a sticker. And it looks nothing like the phone that was previously featured here. And if you're curious about that, I have a bunch of videos where I recorded the screen that can explain that all to you. Here's the thing. Back on March 2021. Look at the picture. What do you see? You see this phone, but instead of saying Clear in the back, it's mocked up with a Freedom Phone icon. Back on March 15, 2021, that was going to be offered for $450, which is now bumped up to $500 unless you use the promo code and you save $50, which is paid as commission to those that are pushing the phone. Look, I got no problem with people making money off it, but you gotta know what the heck you're pushing. if you knew, what the hell did the people buy first? You see what I'm getting at? I had people come at me from the right. And I don't care. I'm not trying to appease anybody here. I'm just being me. This pisses me off. Because if this was ultimately going to be it, why didn't you wait? Instead, you push what looked like a scam, and it continues to look like a scam. And just, my goodness. I wouldn't be surprised you get a class action lawsuit over this. Because I don't know if you guys ever noticed, but towards the bottom, when there were around the time that other tech platforms, including myself, were bringing up the questions like, "This is not what you're claiming for it to be." At the bottom, it said, it didn't say contact us for a refund. It says refunds will be issued within 72 hours or whatever when you send back the product. They're not even asking. People were sending it back. So how come we don't have those numbers? I'm just so curious about that. Anyway, this was supposed to be the meat of the Tech Talk episode, to wrap up this what the flip stuff is happening. But I gotta say, this Clear Cellular looks more legit than what was previously before. And like I said, they've been around for some time. So if you want me to look more into this, and if someone at Clearphone would like to reach out, if I could reach out to you and speak to you about your product, okay, let's talk. I recently put Calyx OS on my Pixel 4. Are you saying that I will also be able to, if I want to, bring Clear OS over to my Android device? What advantages does yours have? You have an entire section here to discuss the software. Actually, almost every single bit of it. So this should be interesting. Okay, so anybody else wants to check some stuff out, that's clearcellular.org, not .com. So just giving you an FYI out there. Anyway, I could go on and on about this, but I don't want to talk about this anymore. My head's hurting, so I want to wrap this stuff up. Let me talk about the other thing that pisses me off. This is the other thing. The Samsung Note is dead for real this time. Fare thee well, Samsung Note. Kind of makes sense if you're going to make the Fold series become your new Note. I mean, it just kind of makes more sense. It's just, there's no silo to store the S Pen. And all the cases that are for that I've seen, especially the one that I got with the Fold 3, oh my goodness, that thing was fugly, to say the least. So I was thinking about getting the Note 20 Ultra in Mystic White. I don't know though. I don't know. What about y'all? If you now know that it's that this is gone, are you gonna try to get the Note 20 before it's all gone? Well, just questions. And now we go to Amazona. Looky, what do we got here? Introducing Amazon Fire TV 43-inch Omni Series 4K Ultra HD Smart TV, hands-free with Alexa, $410. Folks, they are trying to undercut so much. Amazon continues to expand themselves in the hardware space. Now with their smart TV, undercutting a lot of the competitors, ships and sold from Amazon.com. Bezos is probably getting this from some of the Chinese place. Who knows? And I'm not even going to look into this thing. I don't really care. But to let you know, they really, really want you to rely on these digital assistants. Because who's next? Also announced today, introducing RayBan Stories, the first generation smart glasses from Facebook. Yes, sirree, bop. Come on. You saw this coming. Snapchat had theirs. Google Glasses had theirs. Apple's developing theirs. Then there's HoloLens. I don't know what eventually will come of it. Microsoft still continues to develop it. So I'm more interested in HoloLens. That actually looks a lot cooler. But this, it was only a matter of time. You may not be on Facebook, but Facebook wants you anyway, whether you're in it or not. Yeah, talk to me about data and privacy. Talk to me about safety and expression. Talk to me about combating misinformation. You want to get all the facial recognition data that you can get with your RayBan glasses, everything being fed. Like, Another fellow content creator says the ISR on this is as close as it gets. So those were some of the stories that I wanted to highlight. The Facebook smart glasses, the Amazon Smart TV, official Amazon Smart TV, the death of the Note. That kind of sucks, man. I might actually go for it. By all means, show your support by hitting like down there. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. And if you know anybody that will benefit from the content that I display here, by all means, please share it with those that you know. And I'll see you, and hopefully them, in the next one.